All right, welcome to another episode of The Village. I'm here with a very special guest. This happens to be my cousin. He's a legend and in the making because he ain't old enough to be a legend yet, but he is a legend. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you look at the big picture of things and the body of work, and then I think that's what's like really important to me when we looking at, people that move culture and are considered great people. We look at their body of work. You can't be considered, one up here if you don't have a body of work. This man has a body of work. I mean, just so many things that he has curated in this city, the music he has put out, the people he has put on. I mean, this is a really special brother, and I'm honored to be his cousin, man. So I'm happy to have him here in the village. Make some noise for my cousin Stallitix. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, but I mean, first of all, I'm honored to be your cousin, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, we honorable people.
You're right about that one. You know what I'm saying? You looking mighty dapper over there.
Well, it was an interview, so.
Yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
An hour ago, I was in my robe and my PJs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I like it, man. Well, let's start from the genesis, man. You know what I mean? Let's start from the beginning, man. I know a little bit. I know that you were born in Cincinnati, right? But you grew up in Sacramento. Tell the people a little bit about where you're from, and kind of how like this whole thing started off with you coming back to the city and being in Sacramento.
Yeah, man. So I was born in Madisonville. Well, actually, I'll take that back. I was born and raised in Walnut Hills, and then raised later on in Madisonville. And then lived out there till I was 10 and moved to Sacramento, California.
Okay.
Always been an artist. I've been drawing since I was a child, been a dancer since I was a child. I got into poetry in high school, got into theater in college, and also got into music in college too. And I think that's really what stuck with me. And then I moved here in 2015. I was 22, and I told myself, because I was involved in Sacramento's music scene. I just told myself I'm going to continue to be involved in what Cincinnati is going on. Even though I'm in a new space, even though I don't know anybody here, I told myself I want to be here. And so I started doing stuff at Elements when it was down at on Racing Central. And then I was playing drum machines and stuff. Started making beats and stuff like that. My niche was playing the beats live. And then ran into some people. He's like, "Yo, come do this festival." I was like, "All right, cool." So I did that, and people in the crowd were like, "Yo, we're trying to start an open mic. I'm trying to connect you with somebody." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, cool." And so, I read that. I forget the gentleman's name, but then he connected me to my boy, good word, Vinny.
Shout out to Vinny.
We've been rocking tough since like 2016. And we started him and I did some shows. We did, he helped me get my feet wet because that's how me and him did these shows to help with Tash out from the Alcoholics. We did Master Ace. Then with that, we met we met Sons of Silverton, Tiffany, who works at Madison Live. We met all these cool, OGs and people just doing stuff in the community. And I don't know, I was just like, we just started rocking tough, and then he was like, we should start open mic. There's no real open mic in the city. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. That came off the block. That's how I kind of got my real start. I was kind of like one of the leaders of it, more of the showrunner / MC host a little bit / finger drumming. I had a lot of hats, and that's how I really connected with the community. Met my cousin. Actually, I met you there.
Yeah,
we actually got connected through our mutual family member, who's your uncle, who's my cousin, Hank Ray. You came out, we connected. Put you on stage, and we showing show. We made a project together.
Yeah, we did.
Folklore.
We Camp Folklore.
We made Camp Folklore too. We need to just get back in the lab.
We just got to get back in the lab, man. Just do it.
And then I met everybody. Met Jay Hill. Met Jay Hill, that's how I got started with POC, my rap group, Pageant Chaos. We opened the first show we did actually open up for Farside, which is a crazy first show ever. Before we even were a group. I think the energy was that we were doing that and we put a lot of practice. We practiced like for 2 months straight. Like, we want to do this. We want to impress everybody. And it worked out. A lot of people say, yeah, y'all should be a group. So we was like, yeah, you're right. And we've been a group. First iteration we did with Christoph, our celloist. Mm-hmm. Then, we kind of pushed him out the group. Or he moved on to better things. And then now we got Roberto and Flex. And all through that, with the group, we started doing our own shows, hip-hop shows called No Cool Kids Allowed. First started at Revel. Doing every Final Friday. Had DJ Red Groove DJing. Yeah. Then we had acts from some parts of the city and some people from out of town that came through. Yeah. Did these shows. We did a lot of stuff. And then another iteration of No Cool Kids Allowed with Loaders Room, which is more dance heavy. At the Lake of Block Party Field. We did that every Monday at Kaze. Then we moved it to Thursday night at Mecca. Mm-hmm. And did that. Me and Devin and Smokeface were doing that.
Shout out to Smokeface. Wow.
I'm stretching my memory right now. Like,
man, Smokeface.
Like, who was there?
I'm getting up to close this window. Oh, yeah. Keep going.
It's like, who was there? Did that for 3 years. I was creative director of Elements. Read a performance called Thrive. That was a partnership between Elements and Artswave. Which was beautiful work. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. Yeah. Through that we did like the hip hop orchestra, which we did 2 performances at Washington Park. Well, one performance at Washington Park, and then the early one at actually Cincinnati Music Hall. Recorded the first one. And then through Thrive, like I even did some with you. Yeah. Yeah. And absolutely. Then Thrive was cool because like we was during COVID, and so no one can go see performances at all. Mm-hmm. And so we pivoted. Elements like was the first like nonprofit in the city to pivot, and it's like, just create content through Instagram and YouTube, and Facebook. Yeah, absolutely. And we did that. It was beautiful, man. Yeah. Yeah. Then now. Like 3 years ago, going on 3 years ago, me and my partner, girlfriend. Shout out to CJ. Yeah, shout out to my baby CJ. We started something called Warmth Culture. And we, it's funny how that came across because it was only supposed to be like a 3 performance thing. Mm. Like it was supposed to be part of the Black and Brown, what's that Black and Brown grant. Oh, Black and Brown Honors Grant. Yeah, Honors Grant. I never get that, but go ahead. Go ahead, I'm listening. For Artswave, and we were about to apply for it last minute, and we missed it by a minute. Oh, really? We lost it. We didn't even get it. Y'all didn't get it? I thought y'all got that grant. No. Wow. Okay. So it's fun. That thing was crazy because we were silent for 5 minutes straight after that. Wow. Mad at each other. Well, mostly everyone mad at me. I wasn't mad at her. She did all the right things. I messed up. Yeah. And we was like, all right, let's go and do this. Let's do this still. Let's put the post out. Did a soft opening. That was 2021, December 2021. And just for context, you guys funded this yourself. Yeah, in a way, yeah, we funded it ourselves. We did it with first person was Wendy Simmons and John. They had a factory, and we're like, all right, let's do this thing, man. And we did that. We had DJ Primetime, we had Mr. Fantastic, and Raw D. First 3 DJs. Did an invite only, so you invited 50 people and told them to bring another person. Mm-hmm. So we had 50 people invited plus 1, so that's like 100 people. Yeah, yeah. It was a good turnout. People were vibing, and we took that time to make content, made an Instagram and all that. And then we went to the mock beat that February after that, and it was like a jam packed, like 230 people. It was a good turnout. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then we've been doing that ever since. going in our third year. We did some stuff at 21C. We did Blink. We about to do Blink this year.
Nice.
We did a collaboration with CA Square for Blink for Yemaya. That was a good energy, good turnout. CA Square is a very amazing group. Great dancers, raising women artists.
Yeah.
We did that. We did a brunch with them at Summer House, and the whole intention was creating a dance piece around like the love and celebration of Black women, and we did that.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Then we took a break, and then we started coming back.
Yeah.
Came back this year. We got a new project called Midwesternism, and that is more about the love for the culture of people of the Midwest.
Yeah.
So I've been going to Detroit lately and just connecting with people, going to Chicago, doing shows in Chicago.
Yeah.
I did one show in Chicago, but there's gonna probably be more.
Yeah.
And just getting involved, man. Just tapping in with different scenes, and just trying to leave Cincinnati, bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta leave.
Yeah.
Where you stay, there's more people.
100%.
There's more people, in other worlds, in other parts of the world that vibrate with what you do.
I agree.
So always get out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing Midwesternism. I actually got a second iteration of Midwesternism. It's actually this next Sunday.
Okay.
At Mecca. It's going to be called Soul Jazz, and I'm just going to be playing some soul house.
Nice.
Jazz house.
Nice.
Jazz music, funk music. Just music is going to make you move. I think house music, Cincinnati has like a weird like connotation of just party and rave music that's, just playing. It's like a certain sound, you know what I'm saying? It's just like people doing drugs, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
This house music in its root is a spiritual music. It's made from Black people and queer people. So it's a spiritual music, and I want people to resonate with that and come out and have a good time. So yeah, I'm doing that. I've been inspired by Detroit house music and UK jazz and UK house and a little bit of everything, man. I'll be real. Like, I'm inspired by Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because just his sound has also like a little bit of house into it, especially like
Of course it does.
feel the sound. So I'm just playing music, bro. And that's the whole intention of this year, just play music.
Yeah. I heard that, bro. That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. I love what you and CJ have brung, just to the culture here in the city, and just bringing different elements here. Funny you work the elements, but just bringing like these different elements, man. And of course, you work with some other people. But you've always had a hand in bringing new things here to the city that just were necessary, like off the block and warmth, and I even brought my little brother to those events.
Oh yeah,
and, you know what I mean. He loved. Shout out to Josh.
Yeah, and Koozie.
And Koozie. Yep. Yeah, man. Just bringing them, then they like, man, it just feels good here. Just like a place where we can come hang out. Everybody's not acting like they're too cool. Everybody can talk to people and dance, and people are actually dancing. You even had me dancing. I don't even dance.
I know, it's funny.
You know what I mean?
We're getting photo ops.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So much photos, you just like.
Yeah, man. I'm just having a good time. You know what I mean? I wasn't even drinking. I was just having a good time, man. And it was just, you're good at creating those spaces. You know what I mean? How has coming from, Sacramento and growing up in California and having that experience, man, like how has that brought you, how has those elements helped you, come here and add something different? Because you can definitely tell just from how you dress and how you talk, and you just have a different outlook on life, and and a lot of people are like that because a lot of people here stay here; they don't go anywhere else. So you have had that perspective. How has that helped you cultivate these new spaces here in the city?
Well, I think Sacramento's Northern California it's an energy, man, that it's whatever you do, you move, you dance.
Yeah.
You get active and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we'd love to have a good time. Like, being raised over there and coming there when the hyphy movement was going on with like Mac Dre and like E40, Keep the Sneak. I mean, there's still others, even early, like even Humpty Hump and Digital Underground.
Yeah.
They were, kind of precursor to the hyphy movement, but that Bay Area music, early Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Just good music, dancing and stuff like that. It's just it's just a different thing that's different than here. Like it was very communal, very community based. Even the organization I was with says Sacramento Area Youth Speaks, which is a offshoot of the Bay Area Youth Speaks, which is a poetry literacy program that's all about like teaching children to write, and mostly high schoolers, but they're in elementary school too, like teaching people how to write, and using poetry as a means to relieve your express yourself.
Right.
And so with that, I was in a poetry slam. I did some poetry slams, and I don't know, it's just being in the community, man. Like there was another place called Soul Collective that was all about like creating space for artists, but also advocacy and for like protesting and community work. And so, it was a place where you can have like a storefront where people are selling, their goods or like art with an art gallery. And then you may have a performance there. Yeah. And then that same place where you have a performance the next day, it's going to be like a community meeting about what needs to be done in the streets. You know what I mean? And it's all happening, people coming around, people come to show up for certain things. Yeah. And you see familiar people all the time. And he's like, oh, I know what that brother's about. He's about this, that, and what. Yeah. There's a brother whose name was Mr. 401 who knew everything was going on crazy. In the city. Yeah. But you just ask him like, yo, what's going on today? He's like, this is going on at this park. Go down to this wine bar called, this restaurant called Queen Sheba. It's going to be a poetry night called Mahogany's. It's going to be good. Or, or go over here. And I'm going to be at the California State Fair. And I'm just going to be eating a coney. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool dude, Right, yeah. Really cool dude. And, like, he was cool because he always had his sunglasses on. I never saw his eyes, ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like, older gentleman, sunglasses. Yeah, I'm going to be at Caesar Chavez Park. It's going to have Black Alicia's going to be there rapping, and it's going to be tight. Yeah. Show up, It's very, it's funny how I think about that. That's been, going on. I haven't seen that gentleman in like 10 years, right?
Wow, yeah.
That is what I remembered, and people like that. And it's not just him, but it's like other people. There's a brother named Insaya who he ran a poetry open mic. Part of the Queen Sheba Mahogany's night at Queen Sheba in Oak Park. But he had his own, like, I forget when was it, Sheba? Wednesdays? But he had his own night out of the month. Okay. He would do his own thing. And he was a cool dude, amazing writer. And he always gave space for me and other writers. Kyrie, he was like kind of the leader of the poetry mic, open mic. He's the one that kind of booked everything. His stuff was really cool. His stuff was really for more polished, cats. Yeah. Like you be seeing like cats like Talam AC, who's an amazing poet, or I think even Rudy Francisco came through there one time.
Wow. Okay.
One of my poetry mentors, Patrice Hill, she used to do stuff out of there. She's doing stuff now more in the Oak Park area, but she's a lot of these poets are like traveling slam poets that are known in places, and like they travel, go to like Texas or to New York or Columbus or wherever, and they're doing poetry open mics or doing slam poetry and just be on the stage. And they're like crazy and raw. I'm saying out names that I know none of y'all know, but these are people who impacted me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
I think they impact me how I move. A brother named Acronyms, rest in peace. Yeah. Brother was in a wheelchair. I met him in high school. Yeah. He used to his name was Acronyms because he would just take words and just break them down by the acronym. Yeah. And in poetry, it never failed.
Wow.
Come up with stuff off his top all the time.
Yeah.
And I take pride in that because even my brother Ronnie, he's a great wordsmith too. I wish he would get back into it. He needs to get back into it. I told him, like, you need to get back into it because he's a good wordsmith. Yeah. But Sacramento, I've been seeing there's a lot of, I think poetry wise, I think Sacramento is probably the most, I want to say most powerful poets, but their pen is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of California people, just great writers in California in general.
Yeah, Bay Area, Sacramento, Northern California, like their pen is crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was just talking, we talked earlier before we did this interview about like being felt. I think the energy in like the Northern California is like, you got to be felt.
Yeah.
You can say nothing.
Yeah.
But you got to be felt.
Yeah. Got to be felt. Absolutely.
Good friend of mine who's also a poet, Jenny, amazing poet. Every time you hear her do poetry, it was chills. Latino woman, she just, a lot of stuff I can't relate to because I'm not Latino.
Yeah.
But her imagery and how she talked about her life and talked about who she was and what she dealt with. Talking about her father, talking about mother, being a Latin woman, that it's like, wow, this is so powerful.
Yeah, that authenticity.
Yeah, my brother Dre T, another amazing poet who just like still to this day in the community, he's doing a lot of great stuff. He's in that new generation of people who we were both mentored by. He's creating spaces for artists. Like he has a farm.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And he's, him, my boy, another Andreas, two Andreas.
Yeah.
His name's Andre T, but my boy Andreas, they're creating spaces for underground artists, and they're just putting money and finding grants and creating infrastructure for people to create what they want, speak their message, speak their, who they are.
Yeah.
And that's what I think reverberates in me. And it's funny because, like, I was a different person, 10 years ago.
Of course.
10, 15 years ago, I was a different person, shy, didn't really know self. My outlook on life was really a bit different. But, like, being inspired by them moving here, I just brought whatever that was impacted in me here. That's why I think I move the way I do and do certain things the way I do, because I've seen certain things that most people here have not seen before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I try to do that so I can be impactful and inspire people to create the things they want to see. At the end of the day, like Cincinnati is a good city because, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. It has some, it can be trashy. It can be,
of course,
politicky.
Yeah, of course.
But that's cliquey. That's everywhere though.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think you have to really, really tap into what you like and just put it out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm not perfect. I do the best I can. You can ask Devin Burgess. When I get irritated, I call him like, "Yo, this happened. Why? Why?" And he's like, "Bruh, stop caring."
Yeah.
And I remind myself, "You're right."
Yeah. Who cares?
Stallitix don't care about nobody. Never did.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Right. Yeah.
You have. There's a lot of opportunities here to travel, go to different cities.
Yeah.
I go to Detroit at least once.
Love Detroit.
Once a month, every 2 months.
Yeah. It's
I
the lake.
need to go back to Chicago. I need to see my father soon. But Chicago's also St. Louis.
It's right there. Yeah.
St. Louis. All these places are close.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Just got to make that move.
Yeah, for sure.
And see it. But Cincinnati is a place where you can really if you had to be, it's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's hard.
It's very hard. Yeah.
If you be consistent about what you want and really tap in and you create something new, people like you and people will respect you and people look at you like you're a leader of this. You know what I'm saying? And I think I just really been grateful and blessed to have the opportunity to be in the community and offer something to the community.
Yeah.
Some stuff, haven't worked. A lot of things did. Some people liked it.
Yeah.
Some people hate my guts. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Some people I did right and some people I did wrong.
Yeah, of course.
And you know, for people I did wrong, I'm sorry. I apologize. You know, and you know, I'm a human. I'm trying to do better.
Yeah.
But these are things, man. Just you have to, as a curator, as a person that puts shows on, as a musician, as an artist. Not everybody's gonna like you.
Yeah.
Not everybody's gonna, you know, resonate with what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. A lot of people when they say I don't resonate with what they do.
Yeah.
And it's not saying I'm better than or anything like that. It's just I don't.
Yeah.
And I respect them. And I, you know, if I see something dope, I make sure I give you flowers.
Of course. Yeah.
I think that's a thing that's happened for me lately. Of realize like you don't have to be in everybody's face.
You don't. Mm-hmm.
And be intentional what you want and who you want to be around. Because, you know, intention is everything. Like attention trumps attention. And I think sometimes we get caught up like I have to be in everybody's face. I need this attention. But you know, sometimes you're doing art that doesn't really resonate who you are. It doesn't show who you are. Take your time with your art. Take your time with your shows. Create something that's unique. I think that's why I think Warmth has been successful because we have been. Well, I think all of them has been successful. I think I'm gonna speak specifically for Warmth. Warmth has been successful because it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a party or kickback sort of feel, but it's created for people to get to know other people and for artists. Specifically, my main focus is artists, specifically people of color and queer folk, and definitely in women or femme, people who identify as femme or non-binary, because it's all these places, man. They're not welcoming to either one of those minority groups I said.
Yeah,
they're not welcoming to people of color because it has like weird microaggressions of. I mean, especially in OTR, over the Rhine. I think over Rhine can be very, you know, it's imposing, man. Like you have people from Mason or area. I continue.
Yeah, go. Yeah,
okay,
go.
I don't want to, you know, kiss myself.
Nah, go ahead. Do you?
There's people from, you know, some suburbs who come down who just come into these communities just to get drunk and have a good time, but also they're not mindful of their space.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're not mindful of space because they're in a gentrified community that was a community full of people of color.
Yeah.
And they're moving like they own the place.
Yeah.
And black people don't feel people of color don't feel comfortable because they have to always watch their back, and you have someone who's being annoying, like, "Oh, I got black friends," or "Can I touch your hair?" And
man, those little microaggressions and stuff. Yeah.
Women don't feel safe because you have dudes or other women, even other like just people touching on you or trying to talk to you and cornering you or put roofies in your drink or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Similar to what, you know, with queer people go through of, you know, more violence. I think, you know, queer folk have it hard as well because sometimes you have people who just like, I don't like gay people.
Yeah, just want to bully them.
And bully them. Even if, not even bully them.
Yeah.
Harm them.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of like, even now it's just a lot of trans people are getting hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of trans people, like I have lost a couple trans friends because they killed themselves because it's just like living here.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like they have a place to, you know, find, you know, safe.
Yeah, of course. It's conservative.
It's very conservative, you know, and legislation goes on. I'm not trying to talk big political, but
yeah, a
lot of the legislation here is, you know, is against women, against black people, against queer folk. It's against it.
Yeah.
And so how can you enjoy yourself when you have an attitude of like everything's against me?
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
And then you have, you know, with that, you have cats who are too cool. Yeah, I don't care. Thank you. You should never put me on this. You have cats who think they're cool and don't they don't give you props, or they just want to be drunk and don't create spaces for people, for safe people.
Yeah.
They just create spaces for, buffoonery, and that's the vibe. Let's get drunk tonight and just listen to whatever. Yeah. And, we don't care. We're going to be ratchet.
Yeah.
Nothing against ratchet folk. I love ratchet music.
I like a little ratchetness too.
I like ratchets too.
Yeah.
But that's not all.
Yeah.
I tend to, for myself, I tend to create things that are different. Mm-hmm. And, I'm always watched, criticized, or I think I'm watched, or I think I'm criticized. maybe I'm making that stuff in my head about what I do and why am I successful.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to me not being here, like not going to high school here.
Yeah, of course, man.
Like, one of the questions I hate the most is, what high school you go to? Really?
That's such a Cincinnati thing. That's a Cincinnati question.
I get that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it's a thing of like, which I respect a little bit. It's like Cincinnati lives in a little bit of nostalgia.
Yeah.
But it's weird though, because if we lived in nostalgia, why isn't funk music like celebrated more here?
Yeah.
But like the whole high school question is limiting. And if you just want to get to know me and base myself on like who I am and what high school I went to, you're not going to get to know me.
Right.
And then you're shutting yourself off.
Yeah.
Like, moving here, I had to really showcase who I am. I always have to like really show and prove, and I hate it.
Keep talking. I'm just getting some water.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm from a culture in California where it's just like, if you dope, you dope. We cool with you until you do something goofy. You know what I'm saying? We really cool with you until you do something goofy, bro. Like at the end of the day. But it's opposite here. You have to show me that you're cool.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to be cool. I just want to be. Half the time. I just want to be. I just want to listen to my music. I just want to eat my food, play with my cats, watch my anime, and DJ or make beats.
Yeah.
That's it. I just want to be. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm not, But a lot, and I think that a lot of that weighs on me a lot because, like, I try not to care, but I do care.
Of course you care.
And so, like, creating spaces, you often sometimes like, okay, why does this person show up to my event? And it's like, one, they don't do what you do. Why does it matter? Have a love for yourself and love for what you do. So.
Nah, you good, man. That's what you're here for.
Okay, all right.
The space is here for you to talk. This ain't about me.
Right. You're absolutely right.
You know what I mean? It's about you, man. That's why I got you here, so people can, see just different sides of you and who you are. I mean, I know this person, and a lot of other people don't. So I just wanted people to kind of see, the texture of you outside of, just throwing events and DJing, and I wanted the people to actually see the person, and that's the whole reason why I started this podcast here at Wordplay, because Wordplay is a storytelling based organization. So I'm like, well, we're gonna be that. Speaking of creating spaces, I was like, well, I'm not. Me. When you throw these events, I'm on the couch or I'm in the corner
somewhere.
Yeah. So
outside somewhere.
Outside somewhere. So I like these intimate things. I'm like, well, what can I do? Well, I want the people that I see doing great things. I want them to tell their story. Right. I want to get stories out there. That's how my music is. That's how my poetry is. That's how I work with the kids. Like, I just want to bring stories out of people. So, I'm happy that you're able to do that, and it's just dope to just see that it's how important it is as a young person to be exposed to so many different elements. Man, if I had the funding, man, I would take kids on trips, man, just so they can see outside their neighborhoods, and it's just that stuff molds you and helps you see differently. And I think also that you have that perspective, because not trying to be political, but California is a blue state. It's a liberal place. You know what I mean? And I think that may have helped too, widen your view. People here they just have an old way of thinking. They're not really open to different types of people. And here is very black and white. We don't have a lot of diversity here. We do, but we don't. And it's not like California,
Most definitely.
So I love that. I love that you bring that element here, to Cincinnati, and it's just interesting, man. You just have so many layers to you, man. Just from like the poetry, and I remember coming to your room for the first time and seeing all the theater books, and and just your love for music and jazz, and you just have all these different layers and elements to you, man. And I love that you bring that here, and it shows up in your work, and it's just really admirable, man. It's really admirable, man. I remember just before you shared a little bit. Before we got on the podcast, and you shared a little bit about recently, and thanks for sharing everything you just shared. Share a little bit more about this Midwesternism, man, and the origins of it, man, because I'm really liking where that's going, and I think it's really cool, man. Just you bringing this jazz and this soulfulness, man, to the city, because I don't go out much because I don't feel like there's a space for me to hang out, and I don't have that. I'm an extrovert, and I love getting people together, but I'm not that type of person that can put something together like that. I probably could, but I just don't care enough. And like, you're great at bringing that here and bringing those warm spaces here, man. And just tell me a little bit about that, man, because that's just something I would come to. I want to sit in this space like that.
Right. So Midwesternism.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's another thing that just fell in my lap. I guess I don't, So a gentleman, who's an amazing artist, who's a artist rapper. He told me I should apply for Blink this year,
mm-hmm.
and I wasn't going to do it. I don't know. I was just like, all right, cool. Like if I did want to do Blink, what would I do? And so since last year, I've been really inspired by my travel to different cities in the Midwest, meaning small towns too. Like actually, last 2 years, actually.
It's a lot around us, man.
I mean, man.
Yeah.
Mostly, I've been really in Detroit because I really love that city. I go to Chicago as much as I try to do as much as I can because I got family up there. I did a show up there in Chicago. There's several shows in St. Louis, but I've been really inspired by different scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned, man, is that Cincinnati and these other cities have a similar problem and similar, how can I say, like something good, really. They have things going on. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of positive things, the same positive things with the same negative things.
Okay.
It's a region thing. I think we have a chip on our shoulder.
Yeah.
We don't give or get the love that we deserve. And we don't give it until that artist or that idea goes to the coast, either be New York or LA. And then that artist or idea gets like, oh yeah, that's awesome. That's
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
Why can't we put value on ourselves?
Yeah.
Even moving here, I remember people like, oh, you from California. What are you doing here?
Everybody says that to Californians or people from different places. Yeah.
It's a romanticized, idea of what California is. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice weather. Don't get me wrong. I love California. I miss my family, my homies and everything.
Yeah.
But the Midwest has something to offer that I don't think most people in California and New York have. It's like the ability to have a peace of mind, but also like we need to take pride in that we're hard workers.
Yes, we're blue collar people.
We're blue collar people. We can work. We can freaking plumb. We can fix electrical stuff.
Yeah.
Fix cars.
Yeah.
Build houses.
Mm-hmm.
We are DIY people.
Yeah.
And we approach our art that way.
Absolutely.
We have very limited resources. We don't have the same resources as New York and LA.
Yeah.
But what we were able to do with nothing is something.
It's something. Yeah.
And I think, living here and then seeing what's going on in Detroit, specifically Detroit, I know artists who have like 4 hustles. There's a brother who is named Sheefy McFly. Only met this brother once. He's a painter, MC, DJ. Does all that. Makes money, lucrative money off that.
Yeah.
He has big murals, like the mural outside on Wordplay, like murals that size.
Yeah.
Like several around the city. Also DJing all places.
Yeah.
My boy Phil from Chicago, Detroit. He's coming up. He's doing his own thing. Him and my the brother Terrell, they're doing their own thing of just creating art.
Yeah.
And not caring. Just we're gonna create this space for artists. We got music. We're gonna do that. And I love him because he's very bombastic. Like he's all love. He's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. You know, we're gonna move this way. I can see. He has visions of how he sees himself. And it's talking to that brother. Usually, you have to change how you view yourself in a positive way.
Yeah.
He was great because if I did not meet him, if me and CJ didn't walk into Queens, there's a bar called Queens in downtown Detroit, we wouldn't have got tapped into Detroit.
Yeah.
My brother and my sister, Juan and Kat, they have a coffee shop called La Ventana.
Okay.
That where all artists go there. But above them, gentleman named Derek May, which was like one of the pioneers of techno music, sets up his studio. My homie Anthony Jasper Marin, who's also an architect, he designed the whole space.
Okay.
He's working on an Afrofuturist museum.
That's fire.
With like some techno guys in that city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The energy in Detroit is like it's an energy that I feel like can be, I won't say duplicated, but it can be kind of be done here in Cincinnati if we just love ourselves.
Yeah.
The way they treat Aretha and Marvin Gaye and Jay Dilla is the way we should treat High Tech.
I agree.
The way we treat Bootsy.
Yeah, I agree.
James Brown. You, me.
Absolutely.
Siri, Devin.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Aaron Ray, Speed. Different artists that are from here.
Absolutely.
Something I said every now and then. The list goes on.
Yeah.
We need to love ourselves.
Yeah.
Come together for each other. Create spaces and create celebrations for each other.
I agree. I agree.
It's hard. I think you have to kill the ego in yourself. You really do. And I don't know how to really do that. My personal opinion is like you have to really kill ego, but also just move with intention.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a part of everything.
I agree.
You don't have to put your face on everything.
I agree.
Sometimes you just need to support the person that has that going on.
I agree.
And that's the energy I've been feeling in the last year. A lot of people ask me where I've been. It's like I know I'm not really in a space to be out with certain things because certain things doesn't resonate with me, but I still show love. One brother I like, Brent's from Loch Ness. That dude's too cool. I like that brother.
Is that the poet kind of with an abstract flow?
Yeah.
I like him, and shout out to him, man. Young brother, right?
I met with him.
I like him.
I
like that guy.
But he's dope because I like how he's putting his work out.
Yeah.
And I'm very inspired by him. So I try my best to show love to those. I've never, I meet up with. I'm like, yo, come with me, get coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Kyrie,
I like him.
Kyrie, the whole BTB crew, they're doing amazing.
Yeah, I like Kyrie work. Too. Yeah, I'm supposed to interview him soon. I like him.
He's doing stuff. I think he's just doing some theater, hip hop theater at Urban Art.
He is.
He is. I need to check that out soon.
He is.
I got love for Siri. Siri, I think Siri's special because she does stuff that I can't. She's giving space to people, even if they're not good artists.
Yeah, I agree.
She has a more of a nurturing. I'm not a nurturer.
Yeah.
Like, and there's nothing against me doing it, nothing against her doing it. It's just different things. Like
that's her strength.
I respect her and what Tribe does for the community. She's very successful because she has a very welcoming energy to people. I'm only welcoming. I know I want warmth. I'm only welcoming to certain people that I have met energy.
Yeah, too.
I'm very protective.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if it's because I moved here. It's kind of like I had a hard time, and people, kind of turned their backs towards me, and I had to build up. And now the same people that turned my back to me is like, "All right, what's up? What's all this?"
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
I had to guard myself. Even still there, I still have to protect myself. So that's what Midwestern is about. For the most part, is for Cincinnati to love itself, but think bigger than Cincinnati. I'm intentionally bringing people from different parts of the Midwest here.
That's amazing.
To share their art, to share who they are.
Yeah.
I'm purposely playing certain musics because it's something that's need to be done here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm really trying to get out of Cincinnati and do stuff in Detroit and Chicago and St. Louis. We're going to be doing that POC. We got some stuff going down. Actually, this month we're going to be in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Shout out to POC. Shout out to Wig down there.
We're taking Swooty too. Swooty's coming with us.
Shout out to Swooty. I was supposed to go, but yeah, I backed out. Sorry, fellas.
It's all right. You want to go to New York? Right? Your fans in New York. You know what your fans are. We get it.
Yeah.
It's all love, brother. Intention, man. Intention. I always going to say that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite word, intention. I'm in a space now. I'm in the mindset now that I can't just move and do things with impulse.
Yeah.
If I do, CJ's gonna be like, "What are you doing this for?" Oh, you really don't want to do this? Like, no, then don't do it. I have people who I had to hold myself accountable, but I have people who also hold me accountable to move in that way. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Midwesternism, bro. It's gonna be big, man. Y'all need to tap in, man.
I love it, man. I love it. I love your ideas, and I love how original and innovative it is. And you said a lot, man. One thing that resonated with me the most is that that we need to love ourselves, and we are blue collar people. We're blue collar artists. We're the type of creatives that we do stuff like this. Like, we do trap it out like this. Got to throw up a little podcast in front of a bookcase and then go do a show and hip hop show, then go work with some kids. And, we do stuff like that, and you're not in LA. We're not in New York. We're not in, not even in Chicago. Like, you know what I mean? It's a little smaller for us here. And I think that's what makes our stuff more original. And I think that's why I've always liked Chicago comedians, because they just were funnier, because, they had to really hone their skill. You know what I mean? They just didn't just get put on because they were in the right place at the right time. You had to kind of work for it. So man, do that, bro. And you definitely got my support. I'll support any way that I can, man, with that, man. That's so awesome, man. And you said a lot, bro. You said a lot, man. Got me thinking, it took me a while to find my space here. I had to find my space with kids. I found like that's my pocket. I knew my pocket wasn't, I don't know if I got the welcoming energy for any of these people, but I got welcoming energy for kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, you said a lot, man, and I appreciate you sharing that, man. We'll end it with this. If you could tell any young person, anything, man, a young person trying to navigate, whether it's a young poet, young MC, young beat maker, young curator, whatever, just navigating the scene. When we were coming up, man, nobody was really giving us any game. What would you give a young brother or a young sister, young they, them, whoever? What would you give them right now? What would you say?
I've been saying the whole interview. Be intentional. Be curious. Be very curious. Create what you want to see, even if it sounds crazy. Even if it looks crazy. Create what you want to see. Surround yourself with people who understand you. I even understand you. I think appreciate you. Some people don't even have to understand, but they realize I appreciate you.
Just appreciate it, yeah.
You know,
if so you see your value. Yeah.
I think that those are the things.
Yeah.
Be intentional. Be curious. Surround yourself with people who appreciate you.
Yeah.
And love you.
Yeah.
When you have so many people who love you, even if it be one person, you can tune out all the people who don't respect you or don't understand you or don't think good about you.
Yeah.
And I think just be unapologetic too, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna make mistakes. You may do some people wrong. You may be done wrong by some people.
Yeah.
Be unapologetic with who you are, but apologize if you do mess some people up.
Yeah.
But I think that's my advice, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you have it. This is another episode of The Village. Sitting here with my cousin Stallitix, man.
Wow,
And just amazing person, amazing human being, man, inside and out. And it was truly a privilege, man. We'll see y'all next time. I don't know who we're going to have next time. Oh, yeah. I think next time we having Devin Burgess. So I should get him Tuesday.
Devin Bergeron.
Yeah, man. So it'd be cool to get an in-depth interview with him.
Devin Bergeron.
Yeah, for sure.
Devin
All right,
Burgess.
guys. We'll see you guys later.